The spirit of the Baobab forest. Long ago, in the heart of the African savannah, there was a vast forest of ancient baobab trees. These trees were no ordinary trees. They were said to be the guardians of wisdom, holding the secrets of the land in their gnarled branches and hollow trunks. Among them stood the oldest and largest baobab, known as Nuru, the Lightbringer. Nuru was revered by the animals and people alike. Legend said that anyone who sought guidance from Nuru would find answers to their most pressing questions, but only if their heart was pure and their intentions true. In a nearby village lived a young boy named Jabari. Jabari was kind-hearted, but often overlooked because he was small and quiet. One day, a great drought struck the land. The rivers dried up, the crops withered, and the animals began to wander in search of water. The elders of the village gathered under the moonlight to seek a solution. They decided to send someone to Nuru, the great Baobab, to ask for help. Many brave warriors and wise elders volunteered, but the drought had weakened them. To everyone's surprise, Jabari stepped forward. "I will go," he said, his voice steady. The villagers were skeptical, but had no better option. With a small bag of provisions, Jabari set off at dawn, his eyes fixed on the distant silhouette of the Baobab forest. The journey was not easy. Jabari crossed scorching plains, where the sun blazed like fire. He climbed rocky hills and navigated thorny bushes. Along the way, he met a thirsty gazelle, a last turtle, and a flock of exhausted birds. Despite his limited supplies, Jabari shared what he had, offering water and guidance to those in need. By the time he reached the edge of the Baobab forest, his bag was empty, and his body was weary. Yet his spirit remained strong. The forest itself seemed alive, its shadows moving as if to watch Jabari's every step. Strange whispers filled the air, as though the trees were speaking to each other. At one point, Jabari stumbled upon a narrow stream. A crocodile lay across the path, its body blocking his way. "Turn back, boy. The forest is no place for you," the crocodile growled. "I cannot," Jabari replied. "My village depends on me." The crocodile's eyes glimmered with curiosity. "What will you give in return for safe passage?" it asked. Jabari thought for a moment, then reached into his bag and pulled out the last crumb of bread he had saved. "It is all I have left, but I offer it freely," he said. The crocodile accepted the offering and slid into the water, clearing the path. Jabari continued, his resolve growing stronger with every step. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the trees seemed to close in around him. Shadows danced, forming shapes of animals and spirits. A sudden gust of wind carried a faint melodic tune. Jabari followed the sound, finding a clearing where a group of monkeys were gathered around a small, glistening pool. The monkeys chattered excitedly, but the pool was nearly dry. "We've been waiting for rain," the eldest monkey said. "But it's been many moons." "Why are you here, human child?" Jabari explained his mission, and the elder monkey nodded solemnly. "The forest tests those who enter. You must give before you receive. Can you spare something for us?" Jabari knelt by the pool and cupped his hands, offering the last few drops from his water flask to the thirsty monkeys. They gratefully drank, and the elder monkey pointed toward a path lit by fireflies. "Follow this trail, and you will find Nuru," he said. As Jabari stood before Nuru, the great tree seemed to hum with life. Its branches swayed gently, though there was no wind. "Why have you come, young one?" A deep, resonant voice echoed from the tree. Jabari bowed respectfully. "Great Nuru, my village is suffering. The drought has left us without water, and I seek your wisdom to save my people." Nuru was silent for a moment, then said, "You have passed the trials of the forest, young Jabari. Your kindness and courage have proven your heart's purity. I will share with you the secret to ending the drought." The tree's bark opened, revealing a glowing seed. "Plant this seed in the center of your village. Water it with the last drops you have, and care for it as you would a child. Your faith and unity will awaken its power." Jabari took the seed and thanked Nuru. With renewed determination, he began the long journey home. On his way back, the trials of the forest tested him once more. He encountered a wise owl who warned him of approaching storms and guided him to safety. He met a snake tangled in vines, which he freed despite his fear. Each act of kindness strengthened Jabari's resolve. As Jabari neared his village, he saw the sun setting on the horizon, painting the sky with brilliant hues of orange and pink. His heart swelled with hope as he clutched the seed tightly in his hand. When he arrived, the villagers were desperate and disheartened. He told them of his journey and the wisdom of Nuru. Though skeptical, the villagers gathered their last drops of water and planted the seed in the village square. Days passed, and the villagers cared for the seed, singing songs of hope and working together to protect it. On the 7th day, as the first rays of dawn touched the soil, The seed sprouted into a magnificent tree. Its roots reached deep into the earth, uncovering an ancient underground spring. Water flowed freely once more, rejuvenating the land. But the tree's magic did not stop there. Its branches bore fruits that healed the sick and strengthened the weak. Its shade provided relief from the relentless sun, and its presence united the villagers like never before. The villagers celebrated, and Jabari became a hero, not for his strength, but for his heart. The tree, now called the Tree of Unity, stood as a reminder of the power of kindness, courage, and faith. As seasons passed, travelers from distant lands came to hear the story of Jabari and the Tree of Unity. The villagers welcomed them with open arms, sharing water, fruit, and the wisdom of Nuru. The spirit of the Baobab forest lived on, teaching that even the smallest among us can bring great change when guided by a pure heart. Jabari, now an elder, often sat beneath the Tree of Unity, sharing his tale with children. The forest is alive, he would say, and it watches over those who dare to believe in the impossible. In honor of Jabari's journey and the Tree of Unity, the villagers began an annual festival called the Festival of the Forest. During this time, stories of courage and kindness were shared, dances were performed under the moonlight, and offerings of water and fruit were made to the Tree of Unity. Children would reenact Jabari's journey, learning the value of selflessness and determination. Travelers from other villages brought their own tales of overcoming adversity, making the festival a time of unity and shared wisdom. The festival soon became a beacon of hope for neighboring communities. It was not just a time of celebration, but also a reminder of the strength found in unity. The villagers would decorate the Tree of Unity with lanterns, illuminating the night and symbolizing the light Nuru had brought into their lives. Years turned into decades, and Jabari's tale became a cornerstone of the village's identity. The Tree of Unity grew even larger, its roots spreading wide, bringing water to lands far beyond the village. Jabari, now a wise elder, would sit beneath its shade, surrounded by children eager to hear his stories. He told them not just of his journey, but of the lessons he learned along the way. Kindness is the strongest force of all, he would say. It can move mountains, cross deserts, and even bring life to barren lands. One day, as Jabari rested beneath the tree, he closed his eyes and let the sounds of the village wash over him. Laughter, the splash of water, the rustle of leaves in the breeze. He smiled, knowing the spirit of Nuru and the Baobab forest would live on, guiding his people for generations to come.